Hello ka YouTubers! Samahan niyo kami, at suyurin natin ang magandang tanawin na meron ang Qatar. Ngayong araw puntahan natin, ang maganda at may history na isla. At ito ay tinawag na Fuwairit Island, or Fuwairit Beach. Tara na!
So when negativity surround, I know someday it'll all turn around. Because all my life I've been waiting for, I've been crying for the people to say that we don't wanna fight no more, that we no more war, and our children will say one day, one day, one day.
Adventure na naman kami. Welcome. Bagong dating. Ay, mga kuano? Mga bato. Plastic sa tanawon. No? Wow, ang dagat. Kita na yung dagat. Ayan. Fuwairit. 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 Ayan, friend ko, kapatid ko, bagong dating. Ayan, wow, ganda-ganda ng dagat. Blue. Ito yung mga kamars, ganda. At saka yung mga friend ko, sister ko magaganda din. Nakamas lang kami. Pwede na magtanggal. Yeah. Tanggal ng ano. TikTok ha? TikTok tadi aning buntod. Hindi, buntod ang tato dili. Ay, kuka. Ay, watay wifi. Ay, wala mang kwarto. Watay wifi. Watay wifi. To sa na day dire, gi-charge aw. Na lagi day dire. Uyog day na to. Sige, kuha lang TikTok.
History of Fuwairit Island, 18th century. According to family tradition, the Al Thani family migrated from Zubarah, previously Qatar's largest town, to Fuwairit sometime in the late 1700s. 19th century. First British survey. Fuwairit depicted as a FUWAYRIT in an 1824 map. In the 1820s, George Barnes Brooks carried out the first British survey of the Persian Gulf. He recorded the following notes about Fuwairit, which he referred to as a FUWAYRIT. A FUWAYRIT, a small fishing town, in lat. 26 degrees B50, N, long. 51 degrees 26, E. Is inhabited by about 150 men of the Bukhara and Utubi tribes, subject to Bahrain. A few cattle and water may be procured here. There are some small hills near this town, by which it may be known. 1828–1829 conflict. In 1828–1829, a conflict emerged between the inhabitants of Fuwairit and Doha after natives of Fuwairit robbed a family with close ties to the Al Thani family. A nephew of Thani bin Muhammad named Khalfan bin Khalfan inherited a large sum of money after his father, a wealthy Tawash pearl trader, died. Khalfan's mother gave Thani the inheritance to invest it on her son's behalf. When Khalfan reached adulthood, Thani distributed the money, which now amounted to a fortune, to Khalfan, and to his own son Muhammad bin Thani. Khalfan would use his share of the wealth to open a business in Fuwairit. Tensions soon arose between envious Fuwairit residents and Kalfan, culminating in Kalfan being robbed of all his money. Having been deprived of his livelihood, he appealed to Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, a Bahraini representative stationed in Qatar. But he had little interest in Kalfan's protests because he was preoccupied with the recent death of his brother, Salman. A man named Ali bin Amr al-Attiyah was present during Kalfan's appeal and promised to lend his aid on account of a tribal alliance. They went to Doha where they were successful in receiving volunteers from the Bani Malik, Al-Sudan, and Al-Suluga tribes. The coalition forces departed from Doha and traveled to Fuwairit via boat. Upon receiving news of the joint forces' impending arrival, the culprits surrendered their illegally obtained wealth without incident.
Kagang na nga ba to? Kagang na nga ba to?
Fuwairit Beach in Qatar is one of the most stunning beaches in Qatar that offers a perfect ambience to enjoy beach activities and admire the beauty of nature. As the water of this beach is calm and shallow, it is a great place to enjoy swimming even for children. Camping is another intriguing activity to enjoy at this beach and admire the picturesque views of the sunrise from the camp once you wake up. Because of the location of this beach, capturing sunset views is not possible, so people often camp here to enjoy the sea breeze and sunrise views. If you are lucky, you can even spot dolphins on this beach. The powdery white sand of the beach makes it possible for children to enjoy beach volleyball and bask on the beach without any discomfort. Kitesurfing is another breathtaking adventure to enjoy at Al Fuwairit Beach, Qatar. There are no facilities like washrooms, shops and restaurants available near the beach. So visitors need to come prepared with all the necessary things in order to enjoy fully on the beach.
Fuwairit Beach location is to the northeast of Qatar in the Al Daria municipality. The beach is famous for the turtles who lay their eggs here from April to July. During the time the beach is closed for visitors. The initiative has been taken by the Ministry of Environment to protect turtles under Qatar's Sea Turtle Protection Movement. The entire beach is fenced during this time and no visitors allowed to enter. It is believed that these creatures who are born on this beach will come back 30 years or later to lay their own eggs on the beach. Fuwairit Beach, Doha is a clean, white sandy and rocky beach with blue waters making it a photogenic location with the postcard perfect setting.
The archaeological site of Fuwairit is a historical coastal town that flourished from the 18th to the 20th century. It is located in the northwestern part of Qatar. Its architectural remains cover an area approximately 750 meters long by 160 meters wide. Fieldwork was carried out to determine the type of building stones used at the site. 3 main types of stones have been identified and sampled for an in-depth analytical study. 2 thin sections were prepared for each stone type and characterized under a Leica DM4500P polarization microscope equipped with a Leica DFC 290 HD digital camera and LAS 4.9 software. For each type of building stone, 6 cubic samples with dimensions of 5 x 5 x 5 plus or minus 0.5 centimeters were tested for effective porosity and bulk density using the natural stone test method described in European Standard UN 1936, 2007. Ultrasonic pulse velocity (VP) of the samples was taken with a CNS electronics funded equipment following European Standard UN 14579, 2005. The most used building stone found in the masonry of the Fuwairit archaeological site is a Holocene little consolidated limestone with shells. The fossils are mostly gastropods and bivalves from coastal spit deposits of marine carbonate sandbars, which form the Chenese plain on which the archaeological site was built. This stone was extracted from the same area where it was used or in its vicinity. Another building stone identified is a calcarenite from Jebel Fuwairit. It is a cross-bedded, well-cemented and well-sorted oolitic grainstone with ocomorpha burrows and with eumoldic porosity. Ooliths have carbonate nuclei and well-developed cortices. It is from the Holocene and was formed from wind-blown dune deposits showing alternating periods of flooding and stability. Desiccation cracks filled with mud have facilitated the extraction of blocks. The source of this calcarenite are the hillocks located 1 kilometer to the NW of the archaeological site, where some small historical The little consolidated limestone has the lowest BP and density of the 3 stone types, and the greatest porosity. This stone is the one most frequently used to build the walls of the buildings that make up the ancient city. This stone is not very resistant. In fact, its quality is the lowest among the 3 stones available in the area. These low-quality petrographic and petrophysical properties have led to a poor conservation of the buildings. Its availability and proximity seem to have prevailed over durability in choosing this building stone.
Hasta la Bizares Idol.
It is by far one of the most visited beach in Qatar. It is located north of Doha going towards Al-Shamal Road. It is also the place where the hawksbill turtle is nesting. This is protected area. Good to come here during the fall and winter months. It is also the playground for kite surfing enthusiasts. The town was frequently visited and its affairs interfered with by the King of Bahrain, Mohammed bin Khalifa, who in 1843 ascended the throne. In 1847, Isa bin Tariq, the chief of Al-Bida, became convinced that Mohammed bin Khalifa wanted to bring the nearby town of Zubarah under his control in order to prevent future attacks on Bahrain from being launched from the coast of Qatar. The deposed ruler of Bahrain, Abdullah bin Ahmed bin Khalifa, lived in Qatar during this period. In addition to having support from the Wahhabis, Isa bin Tariq had also pledged his allegiance to Abdullah bin Ahmed. This prompted Mohammed bin Khalifa to write a letter describing the situation to Captain William Loeb, captain of the East India Company's naval squadron, in November. Coast of Qatar. Intent on defending the coast from Bahraini intervention, Isa bin Tariq and Mubarak bin Ahmed preemptively arrived in Fuwairit with troops in the first week of November. Mohammed bin Khalifa retorted by sending 7 small ships and 20 battles and advancing towards Fuwairit by way of Zubarah. As the tensions worsened, the British dispatched several naval ships to blockade Al-Bida and wrote warning letters to Isa bin Tariq, Abdullah bin Ahmed and Mohammed bin Khalifa. Troops and lacked any sort of cavalry units. Cliffs of a rocky ridge in Jebel Fuwairit, Fuwairit Hill. The decisive battle took place on the 17th of November 1847 near Fuwairit. Isa bin Tariq's forces were defeated after he and 80 of his men were killed. After proclaiming victory, Mohammed bin Khalifa sent his warships to attack and demolish Al-Bida, and relocated most of its inhabitants to Bahrain. Afterwards, Abdullah bin Ahmed fled to Iran, while his son Mubarak bin Ahmed fled to Najd with 200 supporters. Mohammed bin Khalifa allowed 250 prisoners of war to settle on Kish Island. This was a defining point in Qatar's history, as Isa bin Tariq's death left a gap in the peninsula's leadership which was to be filled by the Al Thani family. Shortly after the battle, between 1848 and 1850, the Al Thani family relocated to Doha. This was preceded by a landmark treaty signed between Mohammed bin Thani and the British government in 1868, in which Qatar's independence from Bahrain was acknowledged and in which Mohammed bin Thani was to be recognized as ruler of the Qatar Peninsula. Late 19th century. In November 1879, there was a mass exodus of members of the Bu Kawara tribe from Doha to Fuwairit. The cause of the migration was tensions between the tribe and Emir Jassim bin Mohammed, and was said to have been instigated by the Bahraini Sheikh. In 1881, they were joined by members of the Al Nuaim tribe. An 1890 British account records Fuwairit as a small walled town with several towers, 12 miles northwest of Ras Laffan. Standing on a small khor, it has some white sand hills immediately to the northward of it. The people of these towns are of the Al-Bu Kawara Kawari tribe.
Pwesto, ba? Mga tuka sa. Mga tuka ibabaw.
Oh no!
Pinapapauli na mo.
Where are you? Where are you?
Punta mo ra penalty 5,000 agoy.
Managa na lang. Sir. Sorry, sir. Gusto lang, we would like to make selfie this mountain.
Ang tubig ba? Makita man dito.
Oh no!